Kristen with Nerdette's NewsStand, and today is day 12 of the Johnny Depp versus the Sun trial. Now, we had a lot go on today, a lot of lies caught. There was a little bit of an issue I started to notice. Now, unfortunately, we did lose Nick Wallace, so I've been using Sky News. Yesterday, I was able to go through the actual transcript more, but Sky News has a loose connection, I guess, with the Sun. Well, when I was going back and forth, I found many times that Sky News would omit lies that Amber was caught directly in. And with work today, I could not go through all 78 pages of the transcripts. So I was able, obviously, to get through what happened today, but I wasn't able to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it. So Amber Heard was questioned by both Eleanor Laws for Johnny and then Sasha Wass for the Sun. Now Sasha and her only had a brief moment together, and it will continue tomorrow. And we are also expected to see Whitney on the stand. So, besides Amber, because she was supposed to be done this morning, but we also had Joshua Drew, which used to date Rocky Pennington via a video link, and we also had Melanie Iglesias again via a video link. She is a friend of Amber's, and she used to be a professional makeup artist. Now, we did get a little bit of answers of some things I've been wanting to know when it comes to do with the metadata and the photo manipulation. And unfortunately, it's not the answers I wanted. The application has been denied by Judge Nichols. There is nothing, going forward they can do about, finding out metadata or finding out if the hue, saturation, if anything was added manipulatively, as far as digitally goes when it comes to the photos. It was denied, and of course, was very happy about that. So let's start right at the beginning. We're going to talk about the 3-day incident in Australia. We've talked a lot about this incident. Now, Miss Laws was saying that Amber threw bottles forcibly at Johnny. Of course, she denied it and said that Johnny was throwing the bottles one right after another. She could feel the glass breaking behind her back. Like, it's literally so dramatic. But she also says he threw like 30 bottles, one right after another, at least 30, like grenades. So I have seen this headline, unfortunately, picked up by a few. It was kind of, it wasn't a big deal within the court because we know she's lying, but unfortunately, her allegations still are being picked up by mainstream media. So, Amber also said everyone around him wanted him to be well and to get help. Now, we've had a lot of people so far come on Johnny's side. We've had a lot of witnesses. We've had a lot of, character witnesses, whether it was the witness statements from Winona and Vanessa, or whether it was, Sean Bett or the, Isaac Brock. We've seen all these people come forward. Everybody's, denied or downplayed the drug use. She called, every single one of them a liar. Even Eleanor Laws did say, this is not true. You're embellishing his drug use, and that really is what it seems like. So, she also said that, JD cut his own finger off, as, guitar players often do. The cigarette burn was him also, because he often did things like that. They will talk about self-harm again towards the end, but he did it himself. So we go to an audio file, and this is where Amber admits to getting so angry she loses it. Now, the point to playing this is literally right before that, she says she doesn't get so angry that she loses it. But, another lie she was caught in. So let's talk about a different Australia incident. Now, this one is with the dogs. That was a whole big thing a while back. They had to make that really weird, apology video. Well, Heard said she received mixed messages about the legality of the dogs going with them, and again, only to be proved a liar with an email from Kevin Murphy, saying they can't, the dogs can't go. So, she knew it was illegal. This proves she lied. But, of course, she takes this opportunity to, besides lie, blame Johnny, saying it was his plane and he was the boss. And she even literally had to take the blame because of, the Pirates movie shooting at the time. She also denies asking Kevin Murphy and Kate James to lie under oath for her, even though those statements that they perjured were literally only to help her. She didn't ask them, Okay, so we move on. She was also caught in a lie about forging the dog's vet papers. The dog's vet papers. And she says, again, she wrote the email because Johnny told her she had to. Okay, so they go to this picture, right? And this is from the Orient Express on their honeymoon, August 2015. And you can clearly see, take a look at Johnny's face and tell me what you notice about his nose. Right, there's clearly something there, right? Amber can't see it. She denies any injury. She cannot see it. And then she says, well, what about my injuries? Like, it was getting ridiculous. So basically, Miss Laws calls her out on kind of turning everything around. And at this point, it seemed like she really had finally had enough. But nope. Headbutting incident, right? She claims Johnny punched her, dragged her. And then when this, they were reading off the witness statement, her witness statement, mind you, she asked for a break. Of course, it gets denied, but she did say she had 2 black eyes, a broken nose, a broken lip, and a busted, or bruised ribs, and bruises all over her body, bruises all over her scalp. Her hair was missing. The nurse saw nothing, literally nothing, and I even have a picture of her from the next day. There is literally nothing there. So we're going to go to December 15th, and we're going to talk about this for a minute. The incident the night before she was on James Cordon, and she was asked if, she ever played around with images, messed with them. Nope. She doesn't even know how. Like, let's be honest. In 2020, an 8-year-old knows how to mess with filters. You're not kidding anyone when you tell me you have no idea how to digitally mess with images. I don't believe it for a second. She also claims that in the pictures they show, the hair and makeup cover up her bruises just fine. She denies that the stylist we heard from before, Samantha McMillan, saw her without makeup. She said she did see her. She had makeup on. That's why she couldn't see the bruises. So, they go to a picture of Johnny. Amber has no idea how his bruises kind of happened. No clue whatsoever. So, they do end up showing a clip of the James Corden show. She looks at the video that we've seen time and time again and says, look, there's tons of bruises. No, there's nothing. But okay. She also alleges that the insanity from November 2015, Thanksgiving.
Get him. Oh no, he's a monster. Damn it. No, he's a monster. No, turn around. He's a monster. Fire. He's a monster. Scaring me. Hey, why am I in this movie? Jack, you're Jack's a involved me. Turn around. Jack, you're a savage. Jack, you're a savage.
That doesn't look like insanity to me. It looks like a happy gathering. But I don't know. I have no idea. They did look at the metadata on, there was a couple clips. This is the only one I can obtain. But the other clips were after midnight. And she said, originally that it happened later in the evening. Well, We know how it goes. So, this was the section we've talked about for a while where the reporters had to leave. And they were only gone for about a half an hour, and then lunch, happened right thereafter. But they had to leave. This part had to be done in private. So I have no way of getting a hold of that. I think even if stuff leaks like that, they do a mistrial. So that information is nothing I want to get my hands on. I'm not getting anyone in trouble. So Eleanor Laws did not get to finish, though. So she is getting more time later. And when they do come back, we go straight to Joshua Drew via a video link. Now, he did date, was engaged to Rocky Pennington, and is still friends with Amber. He confirmed he never saw Johnny hit Amber ever. He said they rarely fought. He did say he has seen Amber both drink and do drugs. Said Amber did not have any injury. I apologize. She did have an injury on May 21st, 2016, but he did not see the cause of it. He also says that he saw the damage to the pet house that night, but again, he did not see the cause of it. There wasn't a whole lot with him, so we go on to Melanie Iglesias, again, a friend, and she was a professional makeup artist, and she is the one that worked with James Corden that night. So, she said she only met Johnny a few times. He was lovely, and we are going to talk about that night. The night before she was supposed to meet, so this would be December 15th. She was supposed to meet Amber for bowling to go out. Amber didn't show up. So she said she did see the damages later on to the pet house, and she saw the injuries to her eyes, nose, and she said she had a cut or scabbed lip. She couldn't tell, but she did say she had to cover them with makeup for the show. That was really it from Amber's witnesses, so far at least, right? There wasn't a whole lot. Nobody's, saying I saw this type of violence happen, right? So we move back on to Amber, and she is being cross-examined by Eleanor Laws, and she said there was no need for Amber to show up at the courthouse the day of her restraining order. We've seen this video quite a bit. That basically she lied about her reasonings for showing up. Probably, most likely, did it for publicity. So, do you remember the incident we talked about before, or a couple times, when it came to Tara Roberts allegedly showing up in the middle of a fight? And Amber was calling Johnny a bunch of names. She was calling him fat old man, washed up. She said, "You will die alone," stuff like that. Amber literally says, yes, those words were said, but they were not said by me. She blamed all of what Tara heard on Johnny. It's her only way of getting around anything. Everything is Johnny's fault somehow or another. So, she did say she threw a can, but it was in self-defense. Yep. Of course it was. So, Sasha Wass does come in at this point, and it's not very long, but, it definitely is very complimentary. It is very brave and stunning of Amber to be doing this, right? So, she goes through some of the stuff. She said she never takes drugs, hardly ever drinks. The photos of Johnny when he were, injured at any point were all self-harm. And she never hurt, and we've talked about this incident before, Tasia Van Ree. During that incident, she was wrongfully charged. Right, okay. She was wrongfully charged, and they had a beautiful relationship. So, wow. Amber the amount of times, and I didn't even get to go through all of the transcripts, that she was caught lying is unreal that this woman can keep going and going. My God. Okay, so tomorrow, like I said, Amber will be back in the stand, and we also have Whitney Heard. I am curious to see how Whitney's going to go. I think that she is going to be just as irritating as her sister. Maybe we can start doing a bet. Who is more crazy? Anyways, let me know what you guys think, what you thought of today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Balls, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskart, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.